Hello friends, in this session we are going to see the topic that is important for all the banking exams, especially grade B exam, that is blood relations. Now blood relations, if you observe the other banking exam, will have definitely the easy questions. One of those questions which I consider bonus because everybody can solve those questions. Again, what matters is the practice, how much you have done. Based on this, you can solve those questions quickly and accurately. But yes, everybody can solve those questions otherwise. But in case of RBI Grade B, the question might be a little tricky. Sometimes the question can be merged with the arrangements as well. So we'll see all kind of questions. Sometimes there will be easy questions in RBI Grade B as well. It's not that there will be always difficult level question, but we'll see all the variations. But let us start with the basics of the blood relations. So blood relation, first of all, can have a single question as well. A small question like this, that if I say A is the father of B, if you say A is father of B, what is B for A? What is B for A? So here one might get confused if particularly if you are a male, if you're a boy, you put yourself in the position. If you see if A is father, then what is B for A? Then you might get confused with the son because you will be son of your father, but it is not the case. You are considering yourself there, but A can be B can be a female as well. If A is the father of B, which is a girl of him, so B for A would be daughter as well. So that means you cannot first of all put yourself into the situation. That is an important lesson there. And you cannot just assume the gender based on the names or based on the condition. Unless absolutely sure, unless given, you cannot assume the genders. That is the only thing about these type of question. So here the answer will be obviously cannot be determined or daughter or son. So a single question like this or a complete set with a complete information in a paragraph form, and then you have to solve for the family tree, and there will be multiple questions. 3 to 5 questions will be asked in these exams. So how to solve these questions using family tree? That is what we are going to see. So for family tree, you have to first understand the different denotions. These denotions that we are going to learn now, they are not universal. That means it is not that it is stated somewhere that you have to use this. No, in different books, you can observe different type of denotions. But the denotions we are going to see for our practice purpose is this. Let's say A is a male. So if it is a male, I'm going to put inside a box. So if I'm putting a box around, that will tell me that this person is a male. If that person marries with another person, so married couple, I'll be showing with plus sign. So A marries with, say, B. B, obviously, it can't be a male again. On a lighter note, we are not going to consider box marries box, circle marries circle, or box marries himself. There has been a case recently in Surat, the person married with himself or herself. That can be considered as the monogamy. So nothing like that is going to be considered in these questions. Polygamy, multiple marriages, or monogamy, self marriages, or again homogamy or self-sex marriages, they are not going to be considered in this question. We are not opposing them or supposing them. We are just stating here that they will not be considered for this question unless mentioned absolutely. Who knows? There will be time. We might become that much liberal that we can consider those criteria also in a question. But make sure that you crack your RBI grade B before that, because if that also happens, then the questions are going to be really very, very tricky. So make sure that you do sufficient practice and quickly crack your RBI grade B before something like that happens. Okay. So as I said, keep that aside. We are just going to consider a normal family where a male marries female. So if A is a box or a male, if it is marrying with another person, B, that person has to be a female. And for female, we are going to use the circle. Circle will denote the female. Now, the generation which will be below that, they will be their sons or daughters. So let's say they have one son. Son means box, male, and one female, that means daughter. Because it is a female, we are going to put a circle. And now C and D being siblings, we are going to show with a dotted line like this. So dotted line for us would mean the siblings. Now let's say C also marries. Now C being a box, going to marry with a female, that means circle. C marries with E, and they have two children, one female, one male. And D marries with another person, say F. Now D being a female, going to marry with a male. F is a male. And they have one children who is say female. And their names are G, H, and I. Okay, so now if you have a family tree in front of your eyes like this, then you can answer for any kind of relation. If I ask you, what is A for D? So you can now tell definitely that D's father is A. A for D is going to be father. So looking at the family tree, then you can easily answer for complex kind of relationship scheme. If I ask you what is F for B, now B is daughter's husband. F is B's daughter's husband. In our Indian languages, we have multiple words like Jamai, Javai in different languages, but English is a good language for this particular topic because easily the name itself suggests it is a son-in-law. Son-in-law. So F for B is going to be son-in-law. Similarly, E for A is going to be the daughter-in-law. What is E for D? Now D is brother's wife. So brother's wife, again, in our native languages, we have different words, bhaujai, sali, etc. There are different words that we use, but in English, again, there is only single word, sister-in-law. So E for D, sister-in-law, D for E, also sister-in-law. They are sister-in-law of each other. Bhabhi, bhaujai, everything it means in English, it is sister-in-law. And similarly, what is F for C or C for F? They are going to be brother-in-law. So Sadu, Devar, Sala, Jijaji, all means brother-in-law in case of English. So in English, there are limitations in words used or the relationships used. So it's a good thing. Now, if I ask you what is G for D? Now D's brother's daughter is G. So brother's daughter in English, we call it niece. In Hindi, in native language, there are different words. Patiji, Bhanji, I don't exactly know. But in English, it's a only single word. So be it brother's daughter, be it sister's daughter, they are going to be called niece. And H for C, that is going to call nephew. So Bhatija, Bhanja in Hindi, all considered as nephew in English. And H for I, these two, in our languages, we consider the first brother, second brother, like this. But in English, brother and sister are only for siblings. Sibling means immediate, the same parents, born from same parents. In this case, they are called as cousins. So H and I, they are cousins for each other. What is D for H? H's father's sister. In our native languages, we call it Hua, Atya. But here, same, it's an easy word, that is aunt. So father's sister is also aunt, mother's sister is also aunt. Similarly, father's brother is also uncle, and mother's brother is also uncle. So mama, chacha, fufa, taya, everything, only one word in English, that is uncle. And that is the good thing, right? So if you have family tree drawn like this, then you can solve the questions looking at the family tree itself. You don't have to then go in your own thought process and just link with each other. No, everything will be in front of your eyes, right? So let us solve some basic questions and then we'll go to the previous year questions. But before that, it becomes important that we have some practice so that you understand it better there. So let us do some practice. For example, this is the question. A is married to D. A is the father of B. That tells us that A is a male. A is married to D. That means D is a female. A is father of B. C the wife of B. That means B is a male. C is the wife of B. F is the father-in-law of E. We don't know who is F, who is E. So keep that statement on hold. E is the sibling of B. E is the sibling of B. So E will marry with somebody, and F being the father-in-law of E, F will be the father of that person. So F will be father of E's partner. G is the only child of F. So if this person is F, father-in-law of E, and G is the only child of F, that means this person has to be G. How is D related to C? So looking at that figure, they are asking how is D related to C? C's wife's father is D. C's husband's father. C's husband's father. Sorry, mother. C's husband's mother is D. That means mother-in-law. The answer here is going to be mother-in-law. Let's see next one. P's daughter Q is married to R, whose brother S is married to T, comma the sister of Q. How is S related to the P's wife? P's daughter Q. So P has a daughter. So P might be married with somebody and they have a daughter named Q. Q is a daughter, so female. Q is married to R. R is going to be the male. Whose brother S is married to T. So R has a brother S who is married with T. So T is going to be female. The sister of Q. That means T and Q are the sisters. S and R are the brothers. So it's like two brothers are married with two sisters. So how is S related to P's wife? That means P is a male. So P's wife, whoever, let's call it W, they will have two daughters, Q and T. If I draw the same thing on this side, because Q and T, they are the sisters, and T's husband is S. So how is S related to P's wife? So S will be W's daughter's husband. Daughter's husband means son-in-law. So the answer here is going to be son-in-law. I hope you got this. Let's see one more. Pointing to a boy, Rani, who is a female, said he is the son of the only sister-in-law of my mother. So for these type of statements, you can always start from the backwards, because what happens is in our language, our native language, we have the habit of uski mother ke bhai. If I want to say I want to say something in Hindi. If I want to say uski mother ke bhai, so I can easily say uski, let's say the person is X, X ke mother ke bhai. So I can show it easily like this. But in English, it is reverse. In it is reverse order. Brother of his mother. Brother of his mother. So first, if you imagine brother and then go back to mother, it becomes little difficult, because first you see mother and then brother. It is easy to draw. But brother of mother, And when the statement gets more complex, coming to reverse order, then that becomes difficult. So what we do is upfront, we read it in reverse order directly. So if it says my mother, so first you draw mother. Then you go backward and you draw only sister-in-law of hers. Okay, so you read it as my mother's only sister-in-law's son. So you read from backward orders already. So my mother's only sister-in-law's son. This is who the another person is going to be. So Rani, who is a female, says he is my mother's. So Rani's mother you are going to draw first. This is going to be Rani's mother's. My mother's only sister-in-law. So mother's only sister-in-law means mother's husband's sister. Mother's husband's sister. So my mother's only sister-in-law's son. He is the son of that person. How is Rani related to the boy's father? So that boy's father, how is Rani related to? So he is the father. So let's again revise quickly. What they said is, he is the son of the only, that means he is the person. He is the boy she's pointing to. He is the son of only sister-in-law of my mother. So Rani's mother's only sister-in-law's son. He is that person. How is Rani related to the father, boy's father? So how is Rani related to that boy's father? That means him. So for him, Rani is his brother-in-law's daughter. So for both of them, Rani is going to be their niece. For both of them, Rani is going to be the niece. So answer is going to be niece. So I hope you understood how to read these type of statements. You just have to read it from behind. And if possible, read it like this. Rather than reading son of only sister-in-law of mother, you can read mother's son-in-law's son. Mother's only son-in-law's son. Got this? Let's see one more. There are 6 family members. A is the brother of B. A is the brother of B. So that makes A as a male. B is the father of C. That makes B also male. And B is the father of C. B has only one daughter. C is the brother of D. So C has to be the male then, because C is the brother of D. D is married to E. There are only 6 members. D is married to E. F is the son of E. Their son is named F. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 members are done. How is D related to A? So D's gender, do we know now? Yes, because it says there are only 6 members in the family. And B has only one daughter. That means B has daughter. C is not the daughter. D has to be the daughter. There is not another member in the family. So you can't say there is another person who is their daughter and D is a male. No, you can't say that. So D has to be the daughter. That makes E as the male. And how is D related to A? It said. So A's brother's daughter is D. A's brother's daughter. So D related to A is going to be niece. D is going to be niece of A. Let's see one more. Now, there are certain times the question in another language as well, in terms of the symbols. It says Y plus Z means Y is the brother of Z. Minus means Y is the sister of Z. Hash means wife of Z. Dollar means father of Z. And how indicates T is the son of Q. So, of course, you have to go through all the options. If the options is early, your time will be saved. If it is going in the last, then your time will be wasted. But what can be done? Only certain things that you can do is T is the son of Q. Now, if T is son, that means T can't be followed with hash, because if Y hash Z means Y is the wife of Z, that will make Y as a female. But T if son, that means T is a male. So T can't be followed with hash. So if there is any hash after T, like in this option, so you can at least rule out these. Then again, you know that minus means sister. So if T is being followed by minus, that option also you can rule out. Plus means brother and dollar means father. So both of these are possible. So we'll have to go through the remaining options. So quickly we can say Q hash R. Hash means wife. So Q is the wife of R. R dollar means R is the father of U. U minus means U is the sister of T. So are we guaranteed by this statement that T is the son of Q? No. T's gender yet is not confirmed. So no, you can't say this. Let's go for this option. Option number D here. It says Q hash R. So Q is the wife of R. R dollar T means R is the father of T. And T plus S means T is the brother of S. So that confirms that T is a male and he is going to be son of Q. That means option number D is the correct. Option number D is the correct answer. Easy? Let's see one more. P is the father of Q and R. So P is a male. If it is married, we can just leave the place like this, and he's the father of Q and R. That means they are the siblings. Q is the sister of S. So Q is a female and they have another sibling, that is S. S is the daughter of T. S is a female and it is the daughter of T. That means this person is T, who is again a female. T has only 3 children. So there are these 3 children. U is the daughter-in-law of P. Now, daughter-in-law means they have to have son for that. That makes R is the son. R's wife has to be the U. U is the daughter-in-law of P. V is the daughter of U. So their daughter's name is V. V is the sister of W. If W is married to Y, then how is Y related to U? So you don't know the gender of Y or gender of W. So if you don't know the gender, so for you, this could be either son-in-law or daughter-in-law. So answer is going to be can't see. How is Y related to you? That is can't see. You, because you don't know the gender, right? Let's see one more. As per the given information, how is P related to V? So this is how much we have already solved for the previous question. How is P related to V? So P is V's grandfather. V is father's father. P is V's grandfather. Answer option D. Easy. Let's see one more. How is R related to Q? R related to T. R related to T. R is going to be the son of T. R is going to be son of T. Now, there is entire set about the question. Let's read the set and try to solve this question. Okay, it says in a family of 8 members, NMPQRSTU, there are 2 fathers in the family. T is P's grandson, R is Q's sister, N is U's uncle. There are 2 couples in the family. P is M's father-in-law. There are 3 classic generations in the family. So we can start with as such any statement, but where the maximum generations are covered, we rather start with that one. So because it says T is P's grandson, so we can start with this statement. So P is a person who has to have a son or daughter who will marry, and then they can have a son. Who is T? Of course, in the first go, whatever we do, it is estimate. Okay, it doesn't have to be married couple here. But because we know there are two couples in the family, so we estimate that this is one of the couple and their son is T. Son because it says T is the grandson of P. N is U's uncle, so we don't know where N will be, U will be. So right now we can keep this statement hold. R is Q's sister. Again, we can keep that statement also on hold. There are two couples in the family. P is the M's father-in-law. So chances is this person can be M or there can be another couple and P can be the father-in-law of M in that side also. But we know one thing for sure now that P is a male. P is a father figure. So it's a male. There are three classic generations in a family. R is unmarried and she has two nephews. S is male member of the family. R is not in the first generation. So see, now there are three generations. R is not in the first generation. Neither be R can be the third generation because she has two nephews. That means R has to belong in middle generation. So R being the unmarried person, this married person has to be the sibling of R, and R is a female. Now she has two nephews. Now it says S is a male member of the family. R is neither sister of S nor of M. Now we can focus on this statement here. R is Q's sister. So Q can be this person as well. Q can be another person on this side as well. So we right now again can't be assured of that statement whether this is Q or Q is on the another side sibling of R. N is U's uncle. Now if you want to try N is U's uncle, so if we say one of this person and R is Q's sister, so let's go for hit and trial then. If you know R is Q's sister, whatever I'm writing in pink, it's going to be hit and trial. So we can rub this also if it is it comes out to be wrong. So R is Q's sister. Let's say Q is this person. N is U's uncle and R is neither sister of S. Let's say both the nephews of R belong to this family. Now we have to show N is U's uncle. So if I say this person is U, this person, then N is going to be another person and it's going to be U's uncle. So N is U's uncle. We can show it like this. But now we don't have two couples here. We have to show two couples as well. So the problem is, if we have to show two couple, then one member, two member, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members are already there. So that will make N also as the couple. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members. And it says now R is neither a sister of S or M. There are two people, S and M. They are to be belong from outside the family because they are not the siblings of R. So if this person is S, this person can be M. Or other way around, S is a male member. So we can say this person is a male. We're just going it for a hit and try. This person is S. This person is going to be female. And that makes Q as also the female. This is one of the possibility of the family. If I go for another possibility, P is a person, P is a male, as we know. And T is his grandson. If we try to say that N and M is a married couple because M can't be sibling of R. So M and S have to be these two people. So this time, N being the uncle and S also being the male, you can't just again marry N and S. N and S have to be different on the different families. So this is N. This has to be again S. Because S is again not the sibling of R. This much should be the truth. And being the uncle of you. Now, one thing we can do here is we can just say that this person is the P, one of the grandchildren of P, is their children, and U is their children. So N is now uncle of U, and R is the sister of N, and this another person, which we can say Q. R is the sibling of Q. R is the sister of Q, it says. So that will make again Q as the female. So this is also one of the possibility that we can see. Again, we can just tally once again both the statements. It says T is P's grandson. So here also T is P's grandson. R is Q's sister. Here also and here also R is Q's sister. N is U's uncle. Here also and here also N is U's uncle. There are two couples in the family. So here also and here also there are two couples. P is M's father-in-law. Here also and here also P is M's father-in-law. There are three classic generations in the family. R is unmarried. She has two nephews. That makes this also as the male. S is male member of the family. Here also and here also S is male. R is not in the first generation. R is neither sister of S or M. So there are such two possible cases that we can derive out of it. So let us try to answer the questions. How many children does P have? P in both the cases going to have 3 children. QRN, QRN. So the answer to this question is going to be 3. Let's see the next one. Who is married to M? If you see in both the cases, N is the person who is going to be married with M. Who is married to M? N is the person who is going to be married with M. So answer is going to be N. Let's see the next one. How many females are there in the family? So there are 1, 2, 3 females here and 3 females here. In both cases, we are going to have 3 females. Okay. So in any case, if the answers are same, then you don't have to care about the variable cases. You can just pick one of this and still answer the question. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, so let's see this. There are 8 people, namely this. So now it says, in this statement, it says, S's father-in-law is the eldest person in the family. So we know S is a person who has a father-in-law. So that means S is a married person, and the partner of it will have father, who is going to be the S's father-in-law, and that is going to be the eldest person in the family. Also, we know S has one married daughter and one son. So S has one daughter who is married. That means married with a male, and one son. And none of them is said Q. Now the keyword to focus here is Q's parents have no brothers or sisters. And also one of the important statement here is T is O's sister-in-law. Now, T is O's sister-in-law. So if you put T here in this generation, then this statement that Q's parents have no, so there won't be any Q in this. So what we can do is put Q outside of the family. Let's say this person is Q. See, because the question is so, where the option is no such person. So even if you can prove everything in our figure with there is no such person, then that has to be the answer. So let's put Q outside the family. Let's say Q has Q is the person, and the parent of Q, they have no brother or sister. So let Q be the outside person. And now one of the statements says M has only one child who is the mother of R. M has only one child who is mother of R. So now M has one child who is mother of R. That means that mother should belong to the middle generation, because there are exactly 3 generations. So that means this has to be that person. M's one child who is mother, that has to be this person. That makes S as the male. And that means M is in this generation. So M is one of the parent of this person. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people right now. And now one of the statement is T is O's sister-in-law. What we can do is, and we know O is not a female, that means O is a male, and P is not a male, that means P is a female. So if I say O is this person, because this is a male, now we know T is O's sister-in-law. Sister-in-law means we can say his wife has a sister. That person is T. T is O's sister-in-law. So now we have showed that T is O's sister-in-law. Now let's go again statement by statement. Q's parents have no brothers and sisters. So we have satisfied that statement. Q's parents have no brothers or sisters because we have kept Q separated. O is not a female. O is a male. Yes, P is not a male. So we can say P is a female. So P could be either this or this. Let's keep that on hold again. S's father-in-law is the eldest person. S's father-in-law is the eldest person in the family. M has only one child who is mother of R. So this person now becomes M. M has only one child who is mother of R. So out of these two, one must be the R. Out of these two, one must be R. T is O's sister-in-law. So yes, we have showed T as sister-in-law of O, O's sister-in-law. S has one married daughter and one son, and none of them is Q. So S has one daughter, one son, and none of them is Q. So this is how we have satisfied everything that they have provided. And then we can prove who is son-in-law of T's father's mother-in-law's daughter. So T's father is not there in the family. So we can say there is not such person. Because the option is there. No such person. In this family, there is not such person. So yes, we can totally say that. Because we have satisfied everything. Right? Let's see one of the questions that they have asked in these exams. RBI Grade B. Okay, so this is the question that they ask in RBI Grade B 2021. There are 10 members in a family. There are 5 females and 3 married couples. W is the sister-in-law of D. P is the paternal uncle of R. S has only 2 children. T is the daughter-in-law of C. D is married to C. E and F are the sons of D. F is not married. Q is married to S. C is son-in-law of S. Q is male. So yes, there are 10 members. But question should be easy because there is no another arrangement, just the blood relationship. So these type of questions in banking exams will be relatively easy. It's just about where we can start this question from. So we can start our question from, because it says T is daughter-in-law of C, D is married to C, E and F are sons of D, F is married, Q is married to S, C is the son-in-law of S. So we can start with this, Q is married to S. So we know Q is married to S. C is son-in-law of S. Q is a male. So first of all, if Q is a male, S has to be female. C is son-in-law of S. So they have a son-in-law means they have a daughter and she is married to the person whose name is C. So that covers C is son-in-law of S. Q is a male is covered. This part is covered. This part also is covered. This part is also covered. Now we know D is married to C. So we know this person is going to be D. T is a daughter-in-law of C. So that means if they have daughter-in-law, they have to have son for that. That son will marry with a person whose name is T. So that makes T as the daughter-in-law of C and D. E and F are the sons of D. So that means they have 2 sons at least. So this is one son, this is another son. We can just draw it like this. Who is E, who is F? We don't know yet. F is not married. So if F is not married, we can say this is unmarried son of theirs, which is F. So this part also we can say cover. This person will be E then. E and F are the sons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are only 7 members yet. So we'll have to see another statements as well. W is the sister-in-law of D. This is the D. W is her sister-in-law. That means she must be sister of C. So W is the sister-in-law of D. W is the sister-in-law of D. This part also is covered. P is the paternal uncle of R. Paternal uncle means B and R's father should be brother of each other. No, brother of each other seen is only possible now in this case. Only in this case, because this is a male already. So that means B is this person. So B is a paternal uncle of R. That means R is going to be another child. R's paternal uncle is going to be P. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 members are covered. We are known that there are 5 females. That makes R also as the female. Because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 female were there already. That means R is also female. Let's tally everything again quickly. There are 5 female members. Yes. 3 married couple. Yes. 1, 2, 3. 3 married couple. W is the sister-in-law of D. So yes, W is the sister-in-law of D. B is the paternal uncle of R. Yes, B is the paternal uncle of R. S has only 2 children. Yes, S has only 2 children, D and R. T is the daughter-in-law of C. Yes, T is the daughter-in-law of C. C's son's wife. D is married to C. Yes, D is married to C. E and F are sons of D. Yes, E and F are sons of D. F is not married. Yes, F is not married. Q is married to S. Yes, Q is married to S. C is son-in-law of S. C is son-in-law of S. Yes. And Q is a male. Yes, Q is a male. So everything has fallen into the place. So we can now go for the questions. How is W related to E? So W is E's father's sister. That is aunt. So W is going to be aunt for E. That's the next question for this set. How is S related to F? S is F's mother's mother. F's mother's mother. That is grandmother. S is grandmother of F. Let's see next question. 4 from the following are similar in a certain way and forms a group. Find out the one which does not belong to that group. QD. Q is the father of D. BC. B is a uncle. It's not even an uncle. It's husband's uncle, wife's uncle. WT. WT. Again, not related. SC. SC. TF. T and F. So if you now think about the genders, T and F, different gender. S and C, different gender. W and T, same gender. B and C, same gender. Q and D, they can have the different gender. So now if you think about the generations, Q and D, different generations. B and C, different generations. W and T, different generations. S and C, different generations. T and F, they belong to the same generation. So that means TF and T and F is the answer that does not belong to the group. Easy? Okay, so this is one of those complex questions where along with the family tree, there is something else. In this case, the month in which people are born. So yes, it might be a tricky question, but the good thing about RBI grade B is even if you solve some sets like this, the cutoff is so less. If you can comfortably solve say 2, 3 sets like this along with the different questions from the reasoning, then you can clear the cutoff. So just focus upon the question. And if you practice enough, you gain that confidence that you can solve this question. Let's see here. Family has 7 people. They're born in different month. So obviously, they are not going to be born in same year. If it's a family of 7 people, everybody can't be born in same year, right? Because there are people who are granddaughter and father-in-laws of each other. So it is not at all possible that they are getting born in same year. That means the month of different years. That is what they mean. So where we are going to start it. We can start these type of questions with the family tree first, because if you figure out who is who for whom, then placing those in the statements like this. For example, there is 1 month gap between S and T's mother. So if you don't know who T's mother is, then that question becomes really tricky. So first we figure out the family tree, who is who for whom, and then we can see who is getting born in which month. So let's first totally focus on the data related to only family tree. So it says there is no widow or widower in the family. So if you're writing a person who is married, the other member or the partner also exists. W was born 4 months before Y. We'll keep that on hold. There is only gap between Y and keep that on hold. Only 2% born between T and S, hold. S born 2 months before or W's father, hold. There is only 1 month gap between S and T's mother, hold. T's mother was not born in July. Again, we keep it on hold. S is sister of T. So this is the statement which is related to family tree. Y was born on the adjacent month of his brother. One thing we know that, sorry, V was born adjacent month of his brother. His means V is a male. V is a male and he has a brother. That means there exists a pair of 2 brothers. And lastly, W is the granddaughter of S, who is father-in-law of Y. So of course, we are going to start with this statement because this statement tells us about the 3 generations. So W is the granddaughter of S. So S is a person. If he has granddaughter, that means his wife also exists because there is no widow or widower. And he's a male because he's the father-in-law of S. Y. So S is a male who is married with a female. They have a son or daughter who is also married, and that is why they have granddaughter whose name is W. So W is the granddaughter of S, who is father-in-law of Y. So if S is father-in-law of Y, this person is the Y. Because the problem is if you say this person is Y, or there is, sorry, not this person not possible, but let's say there is another couple and Y is the father-in-law of this person here, then the statements like this, they will be troubled. The statement like this, that X is the sister of T. So then there won't be possibility of 2 brothers existing and 1 sister also exist. There won't be possibility because there will be only 2 siblings then. So 2 brothers and a sister won't be possible. That is why we can be assured that the Y is the same person. That is the mother or father of W. X is the sister of T, and you know V and another person, they are going to be siblings. Now we have only 7 members in this family. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members are already there. We have to put these 2 here. So V is the brother of another member. So we can just say if this person is V, he is the brother of another member. If this person is V, he is the brother of another member, and one more statement is X is sister of T. So we can say this person is T and X is the sister. And that makes Y as the female. So one of the cases, and the remaining member is U. So one of the possible cases is this, or this could also happen that this person is T and this person is V. Because it says V is the brother of another person. V has a sibling, which is male, and yet X will be sister of T. That will also be true. So let's keep this on hold for now. But otherwise, as V, Y, X, and W, they are fixed on their position. It's just about the ambiguity is just about the V and T. Now let's write the months. The months will start from January, February, March, April, May, June, and July. So there are these 7 months on which these 7 people are getting born. We just have to fill this information here in this place. Now we can start with this step. W was born 4 months before Y. So if I say 4 months before Y means if Y is born, then 1, 2, 3, 4. So there should be a gap of at least 3 between W and Y. So one of the case we say W if here 1, 2, 3. Y will be here. There is only 2 persons, 2 months gap between Y and W's father. So W's father, if V, then V cannot go further on this side. And if you shift this pair of Y and V on this side again, then the possibility of getting T on that side will again not possible. That means the another person, this person, that is the father of W. What it says here is there is only 2 months gap between Y and W's father. So W's father has to exist on this side of Y. So we'll say in first case, this is V. So it is either V or T. Either V or T. We don't know exactly which person is this. But we know that V was born on the adjacent month of his brother. So that means V and T, they are born on adjacent month. So if this is V, this is going to be T. And if this is T, this is going to be V. Now the next statement says only 2 persons born between T and U. So if this is T, 1, 2, this becomes U. But if this is T, 1, 2, this cannot be U because this is already Y. That means this is not the possible case. V is this person, T is this person. That means V is the father and T is the uncle for W. So this is the case. S was born either 2 months before or 2 months after W's father. So W's father is now V. So 1 month after, 2 months after. S is born 2 months after W's father, which is V. There is only 1 month gap between S and T's mother. S and T's mother. T's mother is U. So yes, there is 1 month gap between S and T's mother. T's mother was not born in July. Yes, that person is born in June. X is the sister of T. And the one remaining person here, which is going to be X, that is going to then born in this. So we are not void anything. And the question does not have any option such that cannot be determined. So we can just stick with our original position, with our positioning. We can directly answer the question because we are not void anything. So this has to be the case. Who among the following was born in April? So in April, the S is being born. S, which is male. S is being born in April. Who is S? S is, it is not S son, it is not W's father, it is not T's mother, it is Y's father-in-law. Y's father-in-law is S. Option number D will be the answer. Let's see the next one. How is U related to X? U related to X. U is here. U is this, X is this. So U is going to be mother. Option number E. Next, how many persons born between S's daughter and T? S's daughter is X and T. X and T, there are 1, 2, 3 people. So answer will be option number D, 3. Which of the following statement is true? T is father of W? No. Y is the only sister of V? No. X was born in February? No. T is the only son of his parent? No. None of this. So answer will be none of this. Option number E. If T is married to R, that means if there is another person now, if T is also married to one person R, the R has to be a female then. How is R related to W? So R is going to be W's aunt because W's uncle's wife. So it is going to be aunt for W. And the last question asked on this set would be, okay, that was the last question. Okay, so I hope you found that easy. Yes, RBI Grade B, as I said earlier, can have little complex question because of the mixed categories. But if you do sufficient practice on this, and it is not going to be all the time. One question that we saw was easy, plain question as well. So if you do sufficient practice, you can solve this type of questions. Thank you for watching video. Have a good day.